I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's a filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the Village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy merch.
Black Label Society, Stillborn. Don't have the commercials this time. We're going right into it. And let's go. Stillborn. I love that open riff, man. I like it. So it's only 3 minutes. Like I don't feel like secure enough as a player yet to like write a riff like that. Cause I'm like, oh, it's gotta be. I always have this voice in my head, like, oh, shit is whack. Oh, it's so simple. We're playing this.
I've never heard you play anything whack, ever.
Yeah, but like, oh, this is just this open riff, yada yada yada. But I felt like vocally, so that was Ozzy. That was Ozzy. That was
what I was
Ozzy.
gonna say.
The crowd helped us out.
Okay.
And like, there was some like Lane Staley type feel to, you know, Lane from what's the name of that band? Lane Staley, man. They were with Korn, Alice in Chains.
Oh, that's
You know that haunting kind of like ghosty kind of sound like that, you know, he did. I heard some of that too, which I love that vocal style. I'm surprised more people haven't copied that vocal style.
Yeah, I agree. When it kind of...
I think it's because probably like people can be like, oh, you're trying to be like Lane, because I really don't see...
Because it's obvious.
Yeah, I don't really see anybody, but I love that shit.
This song, I think, if I understood, was a little bit sad, right?
It says, blind me, erase what was.
Stillborn I have become. The feelings I once felt are now dead and gone. I waited here for you for so very long. So empty, just a shell of a man. Stillborn, this I understand. Now, is it like... The only thing that I can think of is... Like, you know how when people get back from being in the military and the... like PTSD and all of that stuff, like stuff affects you. That's just one example, you know, of things that affect you that make it so that way. Because blind me, erase what I was, like the things that the person saw or took part in, like it affected them very negatively. And then stillborn, I had become almost like, I mean, we're using the metaphor of a stillborn would be a baby, but like a zombie almost, which is that sort of like you're there, the person's there, but they're not. They're just a shell. Yeah. But then, you know, I wasn't sure if this was like so empty, just a shell of a man, stillborn, this I understand. The feelings I once felt are now dead and gone. I've waited here for you for so very long. Then it sounds like he got in that situation because he was waiting there for her. Like maybe she was emotionally detached from him or, you know, something.
But that's a lot of, you know, there's what the author intends, and then there's how we relate to the song. And I think if I'm going with your trajectory, I've waited for you for so long, it would probably be the person that stays back home. So the person is physically not present.
Right.
Right? They go off, they do what they got to do, anywhere between, you know, 6 to 18 months or whatever. And then they come back and they're physically present, but they're mentally not present.
Right.
So they're still in a kind of a waiting game.
Right.
Right? They're still in a kind of waiting game. And so they're still waiting. Even when the person gets back, they're still waiting.
Yeah.
You know, whereas, you know, I was in a different kind of situation, obviously. Like, we would just, you know, I remember one time, like, we were all friends and just working out. I got a call. I was like, I gotta go, guys. I was gone. Mm-hmm. And then I came back, and then 2 weeks later, I got another call, and I see you later, guys. And you know what I'm saying? And it was that kind of life for 8 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so it's a lot. It comes with different issues because, you know, the other guys, it was like, okay, you're going to be you kind of know start date, end date type of thing. But guys come back and they're still over there. And then, but there are other situations where there's no start date, end date. There's no rhyme or reason to it. You don't know. Your family doesn't know any. You know, you're you know, hey. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I just knew. I just knew like that's not. It's not that you weren't strong enough for it. It's just that. It's a lot different if you have like a high school sweetheart or something and the person says, hey, I want to do X, Y, Z, and you're 18 and you don't know anything. Mm. Versus, you know, being in your 30s, you got a daughter,
So you kind of know what you are, you know what I'm saying? And I just knew, like, there's just no way that this is going to work. Especially at the beginning, you know, you're coming off of a bad relationship crashing and burning. You're like, you need a lot of emotional support. So, and, and the kids, my kids were like, it was crazy because the very, very last, dudes are very, very superstitious. The very, very last trip that I had, like, everything went, like, before I left, went completely, like, the kids were like, don't go, which they never did ever. And then you used to drive me to the airport, and you were like, oh, I don't have a really good feeling about this. Yeah, I don't think you're going to come back. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I remember just being on the plane. I was like, okay, if I get back, like, and then the shit that happened, like, people, screwed up on security protocols, like, I was calling you about some situation. You're like, why does it say Egypt here? Like, just horrible. Just everything was just, and at the time I was like, I'm not gonna go home, man. Like, I'm done. Like, I really, really thought, I was like, that's it, man. It's a wrap. There's no way, because it's everything that dudes are superstitious about, like, happened. Bang, 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 bang. Everything was just wrong, and then that was a bad trip. That last one was a very, very bad one. And then, I got home and I almost, Homeland Security dude tried to jam me up because
I know.
I got a temporary thing at the embassy or whatever, and the lady wasn't supposed to give it to me, and she knew she was supposed to give it to me. I knew she was supposed to give it to me, but I got it, motherfucker. What can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, that dude was so angry. I said, call your supervisor, bro. And they had a little sidebar or whatever, and he's like, I'll be watching you. I was like, bitch, I know you're never gonna see me again, bro. See you later. But yeah, man, like, I just knew, I was like, there's no way that our relationship would ever survive that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the people, and it's usually women, what people have to deal with back home is it never really truly gets recognized, to be honest with you. And there's a lot of, it's interesting because the previous song was about sacrifice. There's a lot of sacrifices, like, to this day, that they go, and you're unfortunately still, you still, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm here, like, you still, like, sometimes you go like, where are you? Like, leave me alone, I'm playing Fortnite or whatever. Hey, what's up, Sadie? Sadie in the house. Yeah. It's this came out after his first Iraq tour, and that's when we first met, and it related very well. So that song has been with us since then. Yeah. Yeah. But they figured, I don't know. I might send them some emails.
Yeah, I think that
they figured something out.
Right.
That I don't think. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're gonna have to use more words, Stacey. We need to know. What's your secret? The other thing too is when it said, I've waited here for so long, did you take that as the person that was here or the person that was, like, I could see both parties saying that. So let's say you're the person that goes away and you see things and you're a part of things that traumatize you in ways, and you come back not feeling the way that you were, like you're a different person, because people change and people grow. And so you change as a person because of what you've seen. And when you left, the person that you left, they were your ace, they were beside you. And then you come back, maybe even mentally thinking that they're going to be there for you. But when you return, you're so different, and they've gone so long waiting for you, and they've been dreaming of the day that the you that left, was going to come back to them. And so when these two parties meet up, both have this expectation of the past, but both of them are like shot into the future, because the last time they saw each other, it was the past, and now,
you're different.
Both, I could see both parties saying, I've waited so long for you, because they've both been waiting for each other, and both of them are. See what I'm saying?
Oh, no, yeah, I completely, and the other thing is that, 6 months to a year, you're a different person. You have so many different experiences. And then the other thing is, like, especially with me and you, like, we're literally around each other 24 hours a day. So
It's true.
a lot of our growing is like we're growing together, but you're having these massively significant experiences with people that are not your most significant person in your life. And the other thing too is you're creating these crazy bonds with dudes that are like, it's literally life and death.
Right.
See, like there's this TED talk like Why Soldiers Miss War or whatever. Like, it's literally you're creating these literal life and death bonds with people that are really intense. And then you come home and like all that intensity, you're supposed to turn off the kill switch. It's not a life or death situation. It's just an orange juice at Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo. And then it's like, then the wife is like, yo, you're a completely different person. And it's like, you're a completely different person. And the person, I got this picture of you, before I spin out or whatever. Or before I hit, green or whatever. And like, I got this picture of you and like, I'm coming back to this picture. And it's like, nah, bro, she's different.
Right.
And she should be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because,
right.
And it's this crazy dynamic, like, he's engaging in this significant thing and building this significant relationship with these people. Simultaneous to that, she's going through the most significant period of her life because you're gone.
Exactly. And probably not a lot of people can relate with her. Like, I think, if I was in that situation, I think I would get around other people in that situation, even if I had to move, because I would, but then again, you don't want to probably move away from your family, but you need that support, I think.
But again, the trauma of not having the person that you committed your life to is the major life event that's changing you. And by definition, they literally cannot be there for you.
Right.
Like, it's really hard. It's really hard. And so, yeah. But that's what I said about these two is like they figured some shit out. Like they figured out some sort of rhythm, some sort of thing. I don't know what it was, therapy, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, tell us your ways. But I'm really, I'm like blown away by these two and their ability, and like how they intertwine music with their relationship.
Yeah.
And how it,
Yeah, he'll be like, this is the one she plays when she's barbecuing.
I'll be 100. Like, I would never let on that, like, I would never, like, have a song like this because it would, like, create so many conversations between me and you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean by this? And they seem to not really be afraid of, quote, negative feelings or whatever.
Yep.
Like,
but maybe that's because they've already discussed it and they both understand where each other's coming from,
That's true.
And
because we've only been together for 3 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's really, but yeah, they figured some shit out. Like, you don't stay married for 17 years, especially as a military, couple, without some real, really good, I don't even want to say coping mechanisms, but thriving mechanisms. Say it that way. Because you don't stay married that long like that, with all those challenges.
Just write a book. We'll be the first to buy it.
Yeah. My son plays the drum. He plays guitar. Him and other soldiers had a band. Yeah. I mean, there you go, right? Like, that's... They find the outlet through music, and they're connecting through music, and it doesn't seem like they... I mean, I don't know. They figured some shit out. Of course, the craziest thing to me about this song instrumentally was the solo. The solo was really, really unique, and, the riff was so, like, I don't want to say overpowering, but it was so distinct that, like, you can get stuck on the riff. But that solo was crazy.
Yeah.
People are saying that ever since Dime died, that this guy, like, nobody can mess with this dude.
Oh.
I don't have enough
repertoire.
Yeah, we've listened to like 30 Pantera songs.
Yeah, we need to hear a lot more.
So like, Head is my favorite guitarist emotionally, but Dime, as far as like, I've never heard a bad Dime riff, and I've never heard a bad Dime solo. Zach freaking Wild, yeah. Like the guy. So this guy, I'm not sure if I agree or disagree with that, but at the same time, like this guy's a badass. This guy's an absolute... Zach Wild is an absolute badass, for sure.
I don't know if this is true or not, but... He claims the song isn't about an actual relationship he was in. He says if it happens to him, he would leave the girl.
Well, I mean, as we said, there's what the artist intended, and there's how we use. There's how we use the song. But yeah, I mean, you know, it is true that there's always music around, you know, in the forests for sure. But I think what's unique about this couple is it seems that they've made the music like a soundtrack to their relationship, and that has. Yeah. They can like pinpoint where they were at based on these songs, and these songs help them through and help their communication, which is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, actually romantic sounding.
Yeah, it's pretty romantic. But yeah, Dime to me, like, I understand Jimi Hendrix, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I've listened to some Jimi Hendrix, like, yeah, and I'm supposed to say Jimmy's the greatest of all time, right? Everybody says that. But Dime to me is you know, because think about Pantera. Pantera went through like a glam stage and all the rest of it. And either way, Dime was the baddest motherfucker in any of those genres. Period. All right, really good song. What do you get the song?
Oh boy,
solid 9.5 for May. 9.5 for May.
Probably a 9.4 for me. Yeah, 9.4.
Really good song. We're waiting for the book. From these two.
In the meantime, send an email.
Yeah, we're waiting for a book from these two. Really good
stuff. My gosh, I have a better idea. Fernando, you send an email, and Stacy, you send an email, and then we can see what each of them say.
But don't share notes!
Don't share notes so we can really get what each of you have to say for advice.
Yeah, Texas is represented. Texas, baby. Texas, baby. Gang, gang.
Okie dokie.
Having said that, dear listener, if you are still in the stream, excellent. If you are a square and you're in regular YouTube land, there's nothing I can do for you, dear listener. All we can tell you is check us out later at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You brought this on yourselves. Because
you brought it on yourself.
You got to hit the notification, hit the bell, get on our Facebook, so then you can figure out what's going on, or jump on Patreon.
You've done it to yourself, dear listener. But we'll forgive you. We'll forgive you. All right. Having said that, Vin out.
Sorio.
Down.
Villagers, we're having our March Madness contest once again this year. This is a fundraiser, and all of the funds are going to help other villagers in need. Here's how it works. It's a college basketball tournament to determine the national champion. You go to ESPN.com and fill out a bracket predicting the winners of each game throughout the tournament, and whoever chose the winners correctly most will win our contest. You don't have to know a whole lot about basketball for this to work. If you want to, you can look at stats and analysis that are available on ESPN for you for free, or you can ignore all that and choose simply your favorite school colors or mascot or something like that. Just have fun with it. Now there's a link to make your donation in the description to this video. The minimum to play is $1, but you're encouraged to do more if you can, since this is all going to be helping out villagers. The same place where you make your donation will have more information on joining the bracket group for our village. You can make your donation at any time, and you can start filling out your brackets on March 13th, and you'll have until the beginning of the first game on March 17th to have completed and submitted your brackets. If you have any questions, send those to me at Vin and Sori marchmadness@gmail.com. We had a lot of fun doing this last year, and I look forward to seeing y'all there this year.